Okay, so magic of communication. I always begin my talks with a small saying or something that that has really touched me, or something that I have really liked. So let me begin with this one. It says that it is false to assume you can communicate if you can speak. Now, there is a huge ocean of difference between speaking and communicating. So, let's try to find out what is this magic of communication. Okay, now if you see a small child, okay, a child who doesn't speak, a small child, the child starts wailing, and nobody can figure out why is this child wailing, or why is this child I'm sorry, why is this child upset, why is this child crying. Okay, but the mother understands. Yeah, so the communication is between the mother and child. Okay, so now we don't want to be like this child where only one person understands us, right? So we want everybody to know what we are talking, what we are saying, and we don't want people to misunderstand us, right? So this is why communication is very, 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 very important. Okay, now I told you the baby's example. Now also we need to know why is it important to communicate. So suppose if you are proposing to a boy or a girl, and you want to say that you are the right person for this for you, or you're approaching somebody for a job, and you want to say that I am the right person for this job. You have to be able to convince this person ki yes, I am the right person for this job. So communication essential. Okay, also the reason for picking up, now many people asked me, ma'am, how do you decide your topics, why do you take up such topics which are out of the blue, they are not the normally spoken topics. So let me tell you, I look up at a topic which is very relevant to the times. So we started with mental wellness because mental wellness is a very relevant topic to the lockdown. Okay, now because mental wellness has got different facets, okay, to which we will add personality development. We will also we will also add communication, so that the entire personality becomes better. So something that you are doing in lockdown or in quarantine should benefit you for the rest of your life. Yeah, so that is the purpose of choosing these topics. Another topic that the reason that I picked up this topic is, tell me, all of you are either chai coffee drinkers, yeah, for some kind of drink. What do you feel after that one cup of drink? Yeah, you feel sated, right? You feel ke nice, but और थोड़ी चलती थी, right? So similarly, a person who communicates well, their company is like that. Yeah, you feel like काश कुछ और देर थोड़ी, I could speak to this person, I wish I could spend some more time with this person. Yeah, so that is the magic of a good communicator, and let's try to make all of us good communicators in this time and this session today. So make the best of it, ask your questions. You may be wanting to do anything in life. You may want to have a career in public speaking, you may want to become a teacher, you might want to be a politician, you might want to be you might want to do something like a presentation in your own workspace, and you want to excel at it. You just want to be well versed with being good speakers. So this is the excellent forum. Listen to what I'm saying and put it into practice, and trust me, it will go a long way in helping you. Okay, so it's not good communication is not about knowing English. It is not about having bombastic words in your vocabulary. It is not about having syntax. It's not about rhetoric. Okay, all you need to be is, you need to be very, very clear. Okay, you should be able to connect with your audience. Okay, secondly, the audience should be able to relate to what you are saying. Okay, that's very important. So when you can connect with the audience can relate to what you're saying, okay, then and only then can you be good in communicating what you want to say, and it's only then that these people will implement what you're saying. That is very, very important. Okay, I see a lot of friends online, and I'm so happy to see you. Guys, it makes me immensely happy to see that you people follow me and you are there with me when I'm doing and trying to spread a little bit of positivity. I love you guys. So let's start with today's topic, because I can get emotional. Okay, so your attitude and your emotional connect to your audience is what makes you a good speaker or not. Okay, it can make or break your communication skills. And if you are a good communicator, I don't know how many of you are aware of this, but very lately I was this is by the way, but it is important related to this topic, so otherwise I can chat for hours with you guys. So people have been asking me, you are a people influencer, so why don't you endorse our brand, or why don't you talk about our brand? And I was stunned. I said, I'm just a normal doctor. I'm not a film star, or I'm not anybody who's like high on the popular rankings. Barely, like maybe even few people watch me. Hi Prashanti, good to see you. Few people watch me. So what is it that you feel I'm going to bring to your brand? So they are like, but ma'am, you have a way with words. Okay, so if I have a way with words, and I want all of you to learn how to have a way with words and to become influencers and motivational speakers and do the best wherever you are. Hi Shilpa, so nice of you, thank you. Okay, so communication. Okay, now communication broadly is of two types. So any good motivational speaker will tell you that communication is very not an easy art to learn. Yes, there is a lot of stuff to be told in the topic communication skills, but I've tried to make it as concise and as relatable and applicable to अपना life, that you will fatak se pick up these things. Okay, so without wasting too much of time, let me begin. Broadly, there are two sections in communication. One is verbal. Okay, verbal माने जहाँ पे हम बात करते हैं, जैसे अब मैं बात कर रही हूँ आपसे, I'm talking, I'm giving a speech, I'm addressing a crowd, so that is verbal. And non-verbal, where you do not speak, zip. Okay, so how do you connect with people when you are non-verbal? Now this is very, very important, and we do it every day. Okay, so listen to all this. बहुत मज़ा आएगा. ये topic ना बहुत ही, if it's done nicely, it's a very entertaining topic also. So let's try to make it a little fun topic. And please guys, interact. I love it when you send me comments and you ask questions. Okay, so let's be an active audience. एक मुझे ही चक 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 नहीं करनी चाहिए. Okay, so let's go. Yeah, so I was saying verbal communication वो होता है जहाँ पे either you are speaking, you're reading, or you're writing. These are the three things that you do in verbal communications. Okay, and non-verbal communication, there is a lot that we do. Without saying, we do so many things. So there is this song which says, you do it best when you say nothing at all. Yeah, so without saying anything, when we are trying to communicate, that is non-verbal communication. उसमें क्या क्या आता है? उसमें आता है images. So I can show you a picture rather than emojis. That's such a popular thing nowadays. So we use emojis and we say hi or sad. So emojis are actually images. Okay, so images can be used. Scents. Okay, so if you are meeting this particular guy or girl and he or she likes a particular perfume and you want to make an impression, so you'll put on that perfume, and that becomes a topic of conversation, so it becomes a conversation starter. So scents. Okay, we said images, we said scents. Gestures. Now if you see, when I'm talking to you and I want to highlight points, like there are 1, 2, 3, I'm using gestures, right? I'm using my hands to make some action. That is called a gesture. Okay, also your body language. Now if I'm talking to you and if I look there, how does it sound? Yeah, so that is your body language. Your body language, if I look there when I'm talking to you, it shows you as an audience that she's not really interested, she's doing it for the sake of doing, her attention is focused there somewhere. Yeah, So body language is also a very very important part of communication. Hi Smita, good to see you. I will answer your question at the end of the session. But Pakka, listen, wait, hold on till I come to you, okay? Yeah, so now I've got papers this time, so I have to admit, because I have a lot of material on this, and I shouldn't miss out anything. Yeah, so now we have to define communication, right? So what is communication? Oh my god, so many of my friends are here. So nice to see you. So nice to see you guys. I love you. Okay, so communication skills are defined, or is defined as a technique, okay, which means you are capable of being positive effectively, or you can put a positive spin on a negative situation. ओके, सो ये बहुत कमाल बात है ना कि नेगेटिव सिचुएशन हो और तुम फिर भी उसमें कुछ पॉजिटिव डाल सकते हो. Yeah, so people will be attracted to such a person कि yes, this person is good, this person can put a positive spin on things, let me listen to what this person says rather than a naysayer or a negative person, right? So communication skill is a skill where you can effectively make a negative situation positive, or you can be positive yourself, okay? Now it also means, now the official definition, okay, it also means mastering the technique, okay, of magnifying the positive or giving a spin on the negative. Simple, okay? So far everybody's clear? You're enjoying, understanding what I'm saying? Can I get a yes from you? Guys, one simple yes. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, now let's do one thing. Let's start with the bachus. How do you communicate with the kids? It is so difficult. So many times I get asked this question, ma'am, I have a teenage son or I have a teenage daughter, and you know what, she just doesn't listen to me. How do I connect with my kids? I have a teenage kid, and I think somehow teenage comes with invisible headphones. Okay, so teenage comes with invisible headphones, and they just blank you out. They just look through you. They are not interested in what you are saying. What they are doing is of utmost importance to them. So how do you get to them? What is the favorite way of getting to teens? You show them something. You have to show them some video, or you have to show them memes. You have to show them something that is that is eye appealing. So because most of the times they are just hearing you this side and out from that side. So I always tell parents that rather than talking a lot to them, ask them to speak one, or relate to them through memes and through objects or through images, okay, films. That's the best way to connect with your teenagers, okay? Okay, secondly, how about women? So there are many of my men patients who come and for counseling, and then they'll be like, ma'am, how do you crack this woman code? ये समझ ही नहीं आते, औरत तो समझ ही नहीं आती है. That's the favorite and then I tell them, don't you think you're asking the wrong person, क्योंकि मैं भी तो औरत हूँ. But they're like, ma'am, how do you get exactly to the point? How do you hit the nail? How do you know exactly what we are saying, and you can tell us exactly what we are asking? So that's because somewhere you have to be a very good listener, and women generally, now it's easy if you know this thing, okay? So I'm not a feminist, or I don't support men, or either. I'm just a neutral person, but this is the opinion generally, that women are more emotional, okay, and men are more logical or practical, okay? So women generally, they say you have to start with feelings, okay? So मुझे ऐसा लगता है शायद, या फिर I feel will immediately get a woman's attention. Rather than stating facts to a woman, if you tell the woman, I want to talk to you because I'm feeling, that will get a woman easier to listen to you and communicate better with you than with statistics and logistics, okay? This is not my opinion, guys. I think I can do both, and I think most women can do both. But this is what is generally the opinion, okay, of the learned. So let's go with that. So what are the things to communicate well? Requirements of communication with a woman. Okay, how do you communicate best with a woman? First and foremost, respect a woman. Okay, the way you address a woman, the way you speak to a woman is going to make a lot of difference to this person. If you respect the woman, she will immediately give you her attention. So it's very important that first and foremost you respect a woman, listen, hold back, okay, and then give if asked. Now this is a rule. So listening is done from the heart, right? We have been saying this for a long time. So listening is done from the heart. तो ध्यान से सुनो, empathize करो. Do not immediately say, मैं बताता हूँ, I will help you, I will do this for you. No, guys, hold back. Women are self-sufficient. Generally, they just want you to listen. Okay, listening is the best thing that you can do for a woman. Okay, so listen, hold your horses, don't rush to give them ideas and help and implement unless you are asked. Do not do it. Okay, now after you listen well, don't be a fixer. So she tells you, okay, you know what, there is this thing and I'm thinking that there is this problem, and she already has a solution. She just wants to sound you out. You're a sounding board. So listen to what she has come up with, and when she asks you for an opinion, then you can suggest your fixing techniques. So don't be a fixer. Okay, and last thing, read the understated subtext. I'm sorry. Yeah, so underlying subtext kya hai? Sometimes women will go very roundabout to tell you something. Okay, all she wants to say is she finds you very interesting, but she will probably tell you that I like the way that you speak, or I love the way that you carry yourself. She will not outright come and tell you, okay, I like you. Yeah, so underlying subtext, and then you can always verify with her, are you trying to tell me that you like me? So that works. So these are the tricks to have a good communication with a woman. Sandesha lad, yes, I see your question, but I'm going to answer it at the end of the session. That will keep you on with me in the session. Okay, so then we come to men. Now all the women, please listen up. So women always ask, that men say that women are difficult to understand. We feel we are frankly sorted out. It's the men who are difficult. So if women, you want to handle men well, this is how it is. Men are supposed to be very analytical, logical creatures. Okay, so first and foremost, be positive. Nobody likes a whiner. Nobody likes somebody who is constantly yes, ho gaya, rotulus. Nobody likes rotulus. Yeah, so be positive first. Be brief. Don't spin a story. Don't spin a yarn. Lamba mat bolo. To the point. Okay, I want you to do this. Simple. Message is given across. Don't say that I have done this, I cleaned the house, I did this, so that's why you do this. Don't. It'll never get done. Yeah, just tell him point blank, boss, I think you need to do this. I want you to do this. It's very clear. Be precise, be brief, be positive, be purposeful. Give them a purpose. Okay, I want you to go there and get this. Be very clear. Okay. A lot of people, yes, sir, good evening. Okay. Okay, pick the right time. Now see, with women we didn't say pick the right time. Okay, with men we are saying pick the right time, because if he is watching his cricket match or a football match, no matter दुनिया का कौन सा बड़ा तुम यूरेका ढूंढो, वो नहीं सुनने वाले. So pick the right time to talk to them. Okay, also the right tone. तुम अगर aggressive tone या whining tone में बात करोगे, you are lost on a man. Yeah, so the tone of voice needs to be correct when you're speaking to a person. Okay, also share the problem and never judge. So we generally, you know, we are very judgmental when it comes. मुझे पता था तुमको ये नहीं जमेगा. I'm sure you'll forget half the things, you know. So stop being judgmental, stop judging people, men or women. Never judge anybody. The moment you are a very open person, conversation, communication becomes very, very easy. So these were the three basic things to deal with men, women and children. Now we will come to the requirements of good communication. Okay, so those of you who are here with us late or who have just joined us, we are talking about the magic of communication, and trust me, it's a very, very relevant and important topic, so focus. Okay, now we are talking about the requirements of a good communicator. Okay, yeah, it's so nice to see so many of you here. Okay, the first thing is communication. Remember this, like, you know, you have to have this always carved into your memory. Communication is always a two-way road. It's not one way. Okay, so first and foremost, learn to be a good listener and then speak, so you will be a good speaker, right? So listening is primary in good communication. You have to be a very, very, very good communicator. Okay, so listening, how do you cultivate this thing called listening? We did it in our last session. Listening is somewhere where you can, just for the ones who have missed out on the previous sessions, listening is something that you do when you can empathize with that person. Don't be don't say that मला ते already माहिती है, I know, yeah, I can tell you better than this. Don't do that. Yeah, so empathize with that person, listen to his viewpoint and then move on. So that is the prime thing that you need to do for being a good communicator. Okay, so when you can relate well, when you can build a rapport, when you can empathize with a person, when you listen, you're a good listener, automatically half your job is done. Okay, so half the road to your communication destination is done there itself. Then being focused and observant to the speaker. Being focused and observant to the speaker is important, because if I'm talking to you and if I'm looking at my phone messages or if I'm reading something else, what does that indicate? What do you feel it indicates? Suppose you are talking to me, okay, and I suddenly start, like I just said, if I look out of the window or if I start looking at my phone, what do you feel? Tell me what you feel. I want to know. Yes, correct. So you feel slighted. You feel like this person is not listening to what I'm saying. Okay? This person is not focused on me. Why should I talk to this person? Why should I communicate? Or, you know, you are having nowadays everything is being done on WhatsApp and on Messenger. So if you are communicating with somebody on WhatsApp or on Messenger, many a times we do this, that we are busy on 2-3 conversations at one time. So there is a delay in the conversation. Now what happens when there is a delay in this conversation? सामने वाले को ये लगता है कि ये बंदा interested नहीं है, या this person is distracted, या this person is multitasking, so I'm not on his priority list. Okay, so this is the understanding, and this is not what we want to convey. This person may be very important to us and we are just simply distracted. Yeah, so focus on the person when you're having a conversation or when you're trying to be a good communicator. Now these were the things when we are talking about verbal communication. Okay, what about non-verbal communication? Now we just said, right? Hi Priya, good to see you. Okay, so we just said that non-verbal communication में बहुत सारी चीज़ें आती हैं. So what is the first thing that you need to focus on? Your tone of voice. Okay, so automatically, see, when you talk to a child, you'll be like, "Ale Shona, kasa hai?" So the tone changes, right? So when you're angry with your husband or your boyfriend and you speak to them, it's like, "हाँ, सुना मैंने." या फिर इट इज हाँ सुना ना बोलना. सो सी द टोन वेरीज immediately according to what you want to say or what this person is for you. So your tone of voice is very very important when you're communicating with somebody. So you can't you can't do Shona Babu to somebody who is in a formal setting with you, right? Similarly, you cannot act very formal with your near dear loved ones. So the tone of voice is very very important. Similarly, your facial expressions. Yeah, so your facial expressions, if you're looking it shows that she's bored, she doesn't want to listen to me, she's forced probably to listen to my conversation. So your facial expressions are also equally very very important when you want to be a good communicator. Okay, now third is the gestures. Now gestures should be kept to a bare minimum when you're having a communication. It's only when you want to make a point, when you want to effectively or stress on a point, that you need to use gestures. Somebody who's constantly gesticulating and making big kind of movements in the air, see, this is so distracting. Now when I'm doing it, I myself feel, oh my god, what am I doing? So it is very distracting to the person who's listening to you. And then when we teach in corporates, there is effective corporate language. So when you say you want to make a point, I'm in charge, so this immediately gives you a meaning of I'm in charge, or steepling your fingers while listening to somebody. So these are small pointers. So communication in corporate setup is totally different. Communication in day-to-day life is very very different. Yeah, so we can take a session on that some other day probably. Then we have body language. Now body language important क्यों है? Who can tell me why is body language important? I just spoke about this some time back. I hope you guys are listening and not just away. So body language is very important because sometimes you're trying to say something and something else gets conveyed. Now I have done this talk on different forums where probably I haven't spoken about this. This is my own forum, I know my audience, so I can be very free and frank with you. So there are a lot of cases of misconduct which are coming up nowadays in corporates, right? So why does this happen? Now a man and a woman are having a conversation, okay? Essentially there are some pointers that you have to follow. Men, please note, you cannot talk to a lady by looking below her neck. It is a no-no. However friendly you may be, in a formal setting you cannot do this. Similarly, for a woman, you cannot enter a male space and speak to the male and expect him not to misread you, right? So don't get too close for comfort, okay? So these are some unspoken rules, body language, okay? If you try to lean into somebody, the person gets a wrong impression about you and he is not to be blamed. That is what your body is saying to him. Yeah, so many a times body language gets totally misread and it creates a lot of humongous problems. Okay, so body language is a huge topic. I do not want to stress on this right now. So let's go to the next part. The next part is verbal communication and non-verbal communication, each and with its importance. So first let's go to the non-verbal one because I love the non-verbal one. Okay, what happens when your non-verbal communication, like we said, zip laga hai, you're not speaking, okay? So all you're doing is your actions. So which is the best example, for non-verbal communication? Suppose your kamwali bai comes, okay, without speaking a word, she goes into the kitchen and she starts banging the pots and pans. So घरातली बाई म्हणते की बापरे हिचं काहीतरी आज खवळलेलं आहे, better not interfere with her. Yeah, without speaking a word, the meaning has been conveyed, right? Or if a husband and wife are attending a party or something, and the husband blurts out something which he's not supposed to, the look that wife gives him is चला घरी दाखवते तुम्हाला, right? So only the husband understands that look, nobody else does, because there is that kind of rapport with them, it's that non-verbal communication which is expert, right? So you guys also can give me a lot of examples of non-verbal communication. These are the two best ones that I could think of offhand. So non-verbal communications में आता क्या क्या है? Repetition. It is signboards. There are huge signboards that we see on the road and we say कि they're very distracting. So signboard should be removed. There was a campaign in between and all that stuff. That's because yes, they're very eye-catching. They're very distracting. You can't resist looking at a signboard. Okay. Graphics, drawings, comics. These will enthrall your kids. They make them addicted to them, right? So बच्चा जो बोल नहीं पाता will be able to sing a jingle perfectly, not knowing the language also. So sometimes it's very funny because they don't know to speak the language, but वो jingle आता है. Okay, Chinese cartoons, you don't know what they're saying, but what tune and that jingle they'll be able to manage. So see the power of communication. They can get to your child and the child will recognize that tune anywhere they are. Yeah, power of communication. Advertising makes solid use of the power of communication. Okay. Illustrations. Now when you're doing something, okay, so there was this time when I was called to take a lecture for some students and it was a very boring topic. Trust me, it was so boring. So what did I do? I made illustrations. If you can just look it up, I don't know how many of you can see this or it's very visible, but I make flowcharts, I make diagrams, so it becomes very easy and interesting, and you can recollect. Just close your eyes and think of that page and the entire topic comes up. So these are techniques that we teach. So you can make illustrations of a topic which is very boring or a speech that you want to give. Tuck, 4 points. Then this needs to be highlighted. So you just draw a circle around it. Yeah, so that makes you a very, very good, effective and a very well-spoken person. Okay. Typography. Sometimes you use fonts, different kinds of fonts and colors. It becomes immensely pleasing to your eyes. Okay, so that is all non-verbal communication. Coming to verbal communication में तो है ही वो चीज़ें, discussion. Okay, so we can talk, we can impress people with the way we discuss things. We can give a good speech and enthrall the audience. We can make a presentation with the help of slides or a PowerPoint, or we can have a slideshow or something like that. So all these things are very important. Or you can have a face-to-face, a one-to-one conversation wherein the tone of your voice and your body language makes an impact on the person सामने वाला. Now how do you, let's go to the first part again, okay? How do you improve your non-verbal skills? बगैर बात किए कैसे बात करते हैं, and how do you get across to people? So like I said, first thing that you have to do is be a good listener. Okay, so listen well, be empathetic, connect to the people. Okay, what am I trying to say? What is this person understanding? That's the reason many times I ask you, are you understanding? Am I audible? Am I visible? Yeah, so that when I get that feedback from you, I feel good. You feel connected to me that yes, she's listening. So every time a question pops up, I'm happy. I see that question and I tell this person, yes, I have seen your question and I am getting back to you. So that means we are connected. Somewhere we are connected. Yeah, you don't want to break that connection. Okay, so be empathetic, connect with people, build a rapport, avoid judging. Ye ho gaya, that's why I'm just rushing through it. Okay, but it's very important. And always ask apt questions. So if I'm teaching you about magic of communication and you ask me, ma'am, why do you always wear saris? Okay, so there was this query which somebody sent to me on personal, and they said, ma'am, you said that formal dressing also means that you can wear skirts and pants and dresses, so why don't you wear them? I always see you in a sari. So I also said that it is about your comfort level. Okay, so if I love saris, I'm going to be very comfortable in them. Okay, so I like saris, I'm very comfortable in saris. I think it's the most decent formal wear, and somehow I'm very comfortable in them. That's the reason I wear saris. But I think I am, just to break that monotony, someday I am going to wear something else and come on Wednesdays with Vagle. Okay, yeah, so ask apt questions. Don't ask questions which are not pertinent to that topic. Okay, just to show that you are, sometimes there are people who just want you to feel that they are listening to you, or they attended your session, so they'll just put some comment like, such a wonderful topic, and if you ask that something about the topic, they would not know. So don't do that, right? And always reflect when you're having a conversation. Now many a times after I do this session, I go back and I listen to my talk. So where did I go wrong? What did I say wrong? How could I have done better? So reflecting is always going to help you grow. So you can be the best, but you have to reflect on your actions and your the technique and your actions. That will make you bigger and better. Now, how do you improve? Oh my God, I can see some of my classmates here. Hi Sangeeta, hi Gauri. Yeah. So improving your verbal skills. How do you speak better, that you can connect better? Okay. So learn to hold a conversation. मतलब कोई तुमसे बात कर रहा है तो know how to converse with this person. Know how to like if we are discussing this topic, magic of communication, and if I'm saying something and you want to continue that topic, then you should know what next, right? So be well versed with the topic. Listen to the media things, or have general knowledge about what is happening, so you can contribute by adding to the conversations. Check your enunciation and your pronunciation. That's very, very important. Enunciation is the way in which you formulate the words. Sometimes people just look at your lip movements and understand. Lip syncing, they read your lips, okay? So it's very important. Like when I say, I stress on certain words. Like if I'm telling you this is very important, so I will not say this is important, right? I'm saying it's very important, so I'm stressing on it as my lip movement change. That's because I want you to remember, or I want you to note that this is something very important, right? Reading, you have to improve your reading skills. Read all the time. Okay, you can read online, you can read offline, you can read a hardbound book, you can do anything. Writing is very, very important. So don't, whether it's an email you write, or whether it's a small note you write, or it's a WhatsApp conversation you're having with somebody, have beauty in your writing. Okay, that's very important to be a good verbal communicator. Now, what are the barriers that we normally face? Okay, what are the barriers? I think I've taken a lot of your time, but it's an important topic, and I think it will really help you. So what are the barriers in non-verbal communication? Okay, where you're not speaking, what can be a difficulty? So somebody you're speaking to and they are like teenagers typically do this. You try to tell them, are you listening to what I'm saying? Bol. They are bored, they'll roll their eyes, and you just don't feel like conversing forward. So this is a barrier. Never do this when you're having a conversation with somebody. Slow movement or rapid movement. Now slow movement means batao. It's like I'm so bored. It's conveying that I'm so bored. Okay, so don't do that. Or rapid movements. You're talking to somebody and you're like, if you can hear me, I'm on the table tapping. Yeah, it's distracting. It's irritating for the person in front of you. They'll think she's in a rush. She doesn't want to speak to me. I better not speak, right? So also crossing your arms and legs. Bolo gives a very wrong meaning. This person feels that okay, she's defensive. She's not going to any which ways listen to what I'm saying. So there's no point in talking to this person. So these are all body language. Okay, I think the Wi-Fi connection is really very bad, and I'm blanking out in between. Guys, please, I'm so sorry, I can't help it. Okay, slouching. So if you're going to somebody and this person is sitting in his chair, and once you come in, he just goes down like this and slouches. You know that this person is bored, doesn't want to listen to you, forced to listen to you. I don't want to talk to this person. So communication ends. So slouching is to be avoided at any cost. Okay. Doodling, while somebody is talking to you, you're drawing on the paper, yeah, or you're avoiding eye contact, you're not looking at the person. It's very bad. Yeah, I'm not saying that you have to make an eye contact, look into my eyes, I'm hypnotizing you types, nahi, but at least make occasional eye contact, show the person that I'm listening to you and I'm interested in you. Okay, also fidgeting. Okay, playing with your hair. Women many times do this. I don't know if men have long hair and they do it, but women do it. So, tell me, I'm listening to you. It's very distracting. Do not do this. Okay, do not fidget. Also, I was talking about, this is the most important point, poor hygiene. Okay, so if you have body odor, you're smelling of sweat, or your sweat is very offensive, and nowadays we work in very closed compartmental offices. It is so offensive that people just want you to go, or your socks are stinking. Okay, people want you to just leave, they don't want to talk to you. So body hygiene is a big maker or breaker of conversations. So all these are barriers to non-verbal communication. Coming to verbal communication, I already have said a few of these points, but again, what are the barriers that can arise when you're verbally communicating with somebody? First, do not use the attacking tone. Okay, so you didn't do this, so this happened. Do not do this. If you don't do this, I am going to tell the boss. Do not do this. This is attacking. Okay, it shows aggression. It will immediately make the person, go back and cut communications with you. Rather, you can say the same thing in a tone of suggestion. I think, maybe it is because of this. I feel शायद ये हो सकता है क्या, इसकी वजह से लगता है क्या तुमको, मुझे शायद लग रहा है ये इसकी वजह से हो सकता है. The change in that tone changes the entire level of that conversation. Okay, and it makes you more endeared to the person you are speaking to. Also, don't moralize. I told you this will happen. I knew this would happen. मैंने बोला था. Our favorite conversations, right? Do not do this, because this will immediately cut your conversation with people. Yeah, don't be very. तुमको देख के ही ऐसा लगा था कि तुम नहीं कर पाओगे. No, please, never do this. Okay? Show off power. मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना तो करो. Don't. I'm the senior. I'm the boss. You have to listen to me. So many a times this happens that you're trying to tell your child something and the child is not listening. And in exasperation you say this. Do this because I am your mother. And take it from me, 101%, that child is not going to do this just to spite you. Yeah. So never you show off power. Okay. Be at par rather when you talk to people. Shouting at children, or shouting at your juniors, or shouting at somebody, and even on a telephone conversation, the moment you raise your voice, the other person starts backing off. Okay, so ideally avoid shouting. Okay, name calling or abusing. Arey idiot, you can't start a conversation with this manner. It may be your best friend, or it may be your buddy, or it could be langoti yaar, chandi buddies, whatever, but never start any conversation with a digressive word or an abusive word or slang. Avoid this at any cost. Okay, and the biggest one is refusing to speak. If somebody is just flatly refusing to speak to you, कर क्या सकते हैं? Okay, मौन व्रत ले लिया है, अब कर क्या सकते हैं? So that is another big barrier to verbal communications. Then maybe through emojis or through non-verbal communication you can get across to this person. So now I'm waiting for your questions. Hit the question buttons. I'm just going to have a sip of water and get to the questions that you guys have sent across to me. So this is just a sip of water break for you. So I am going back. I see so many of you near and dear ones. Some people I barely know. I'm really happy. Okay, so the first question that I see is, I would like to ask you how to communicate with a person who is not at all expressive. Yes, very good question. This is Ashok Smita Kanugo. Smita, I hope you are listening to me. And how would you communicate with a person who is not at all expressive? See, all of us are very different people, okay? So if you're trying to, of course, I agree that it's very difficult to have a conversation with somebody who is not expressive and who doesn't say anything, whereas you are pouring your heart and soul out to this person. So ideally, you can maybe tell this person, that you're not saying anything hurts me, or you are not expressing yourself makes it very difficult for me to communicate with you. How do you think I should talk to you so that I understand what you are trying to say? Maybe you are saying it and I'm not able to interpret it. Okay, why don't we try to communicate a little better? It's always better to be open with such people, because generally people who find it difficult to express themselves are very sensitive people. They do not express themselves for the fear that probably you might take it in the wrong way or you might get hurt. Okay, and of course I agree that there are some people who just want to cold shoulder you also and do not want to express. So first and foremost, find out where is the reality, whether this person is really giving you the cold shoulder treatment, or is this person really not able to communicate with you. So if this person is really having a communication issue, maybe you can tell him, let's go the old way, let's write letters, because some people write better than they speak. Some people speak very well but they cannot write. Some people can tell you a lot of things through their illustrations and poems, or through their writings. So I'm a doctor, and when kids are brought to me, sometimes kids with abuse, or kids who have got some psychological problems and they are unable to express themselves, what we do is a simple technique. We give them a piece of paper and we ask them to draw a picture, okay, of something or someone else, okay, and talk about it. So when it is not them, or when it is not about themselves, they very well tell you, and they start openly speaking about the person in third. Yeah, so it's very important to find out what is the reason this person is not expressing. Shyness, sensitivity agar ho, then we can tackle it this way. If this person is just giving you the cold shoulder, and after attempting several times, if you can't get across to the person, then that's your clue to tune out. Okay, I hope you're happy with the answer, Smita. Do let me know, I'd love to hear from you. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, Sandesha Lad says, how to develop one's ability to communicate with one who comes in front of you at large gatherings. Oh, okay, so we are talking about public speaking. Sandesha Lad, public speaking is, it is, it's an art. Yeah, so you can some people say you're either born with it or you're not, but I don't think so. I think public speaking is something that you can learn to do. So first and foremost, like I said, know where and what is the event that you're going to attend. Be well versed with the rules and regulations, the history of the past events, what is expected of you. Have a little humor in your store. So like today's topic is a very boring topic. I know many of you will just come look at it and then, oh, communication boring hai chalo. But try to make it as absorbing and as as interesting as you can. Okay, so there are certain body language techniques that you can learn, or certain verbal communication tricks that you can learn. It's very difficult for me to put it all up in a short duration, but maybe you can get in touch, and if I'm having a workshop somewhere and we can talk about it. We do this. We do a lot of body language and communication at our theater trainings. So maybe you can tune in someday. I hope you're happy, Sandesha. Maybe do let me know how you find my answer. Okay. Yes, sir. Tone is very important, Rajiva sir. Okay. Thank you, Aparna Bhobe. Thank you so much. She says interesting topic, and you're making it all the more interesting. Thank you. Correct. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Hello. Okay. So now let me take the two questions. I think two or three questions that somebody had sent to me. Yeah. So okay. This lady says. I think this is closely, somewhat similar to what Smita had asked. She says that my husband is a very cold person, and he does not react no matter how much show of affection or love I express. What am I to do? Husbands, why do you do this to your wives? Okay, so like I said before, people are different. Lady, you don't want me to take your name, so I'm not mentioning your name. But men, like we said, how to communicate with men. I just put it across to you, so now you have the key to that lock. But yes, sometimes men are a little difficult to interpret and understand. If you are saying he's a cold person and he is not retaliating to you no matter how much affection you show, probably there is some gap in the communication, something, it would never have been the same. There is something that is missing or something that has gone wrong. So sit and have a heart to heart chat with this person, try to iron out your differences. It's very important that in a personal connect with the near and dear ones, there is a lot of clarity in what you are saying. So I think this is actually not the right forum to be discussing this, but try to find out what is upsetting this person. And if it is just a general, coldness that this person is expressing towards you, then you really need to reconsider and think about how to go about things. Maybe we can get in touch on personal and talk about this. Um, okay. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so can everybody hear me? I just got a message from Aparna saying she cannot hear me. I'm just one sec. Yeah, my I think, can I get a message from somebody saying yes, I can hear you clearly? I see a lot of my friends on the seeing me live, and I'm so happy to see them. Can somebody tell me, can you hear me very clearly? I just got a message saying you can't hear. Okay, so there is this, I think, college student or teenager, I don't know, and she or he is saying, I'm not supposed to say it's who it is. I know this person, so I'm more cautious. So they say that my mom and dad never listen to what I'm saying. They think that I am addicted to TV, and every time I try to explain, they just raise their voice and shut me up. Is this the right kind of communication with the kid? Oh my god. So now this person probably knows that his mother or father are, thank you Prashanti. Prashanti says she can hear me clearly. Aparna, I think there is some problem at your end. Okay, so yeah, so this kid matlab young person says that his or her mother and father just do not listen to him. They think he is addicted to the phone, and they shut him up saying that we are your parents, listen to us. Okay, so this is so not fair. Parents, do not be so harsh on your child. You know what, times are changing. All of their work generally happens on online nowadays, and because of the lockdown, though, they are really holed up and keyed in. They do not have friends to openly talk to, and they cannot vent out what they are feeling. No matter how good a friend you are to your child, you cannot replace their own age friends. Okay, there's a different connect over there. And teenage is a time, it is a very turbulent time. They're going through a lot of hormonal changes. They are trying to mentally accept things. They are in between. So there are times when we'll say you don't understand anything, you're a child, and the very next moment we'll say आता मोठा झालास तू, you can do this. So they are confused, are we children or are we adults? So these are things that they discuss amongst themselves. They talk. I agree that phone addiction is a bad thing, so limit the phone time. And but yes, communicate with your kids. Yeah, so guy or girl, I'm not supposed to say. I hope you're happy with my answer. Do ping me on personal, I know you will, and let me know whether you are happy with my answer. I'm sure your parents are listening and they've heard, and communication will be easier with you. Okay, so that brings me to the end of my session. Anybody wants to ask any more questions? I'll just skim through once again and check if there is anything else. Okay, so yes, guys, there is another thing that I want to talk with you. Very soon I was thinking of calling people who help us in taking this mental wellness issue to a different level, who are helping us through NGOs, and they have different they have different setups where people can approach them with genuine queries and problems. So if you think it's a good idea that I invite a guest and we have a conversation, do let me know. I'm waiting for your comments and your questions. I will answer them as soon as possible. And trust me, I love all your comments, even the ones who ask me why am I wearing a sari every day, and somebody who said your jewelry is so well matched. Thank you so much. I also had comments about people saying that, ma'am, you are a better motivational speaker than a doctor. So to this, I told that person that maybe someday if I have to treat you, I hope I'll be a good doctor as well. But don't fall sick for that. Yeah. So I'm connecting with so many new people every day, and I'm really happy because this makes it a little better for me in lockdown. I hope these talks and this mental wellness and personality building and communication and everything is helping you in some way, to overcome the negativity of the lockdown. Stay home, be safe, be there for others, and I love you, and I'll see you next Wednesday at 6. Bye bye.